Welcome to Illuminati Silver. We tell you the truth about silver. Today is Tuesday the 13th of December 2022. And today and tomorrow are the two most important days for gold and silver prices for the remainder of the year. Why? Well, we have the CPI figures today and the FOMC decision on interest rates tomorrow. Will it be a 0.25% rise, a 0.5% rise, or 0.75% rise? Well, we'll tell you in this video what we believe is going to happen, why it's going to happen, and what the markets in general are doing. So let's take a look. Okay, just a quick check as to what's happening in terms of data and the equity markets today. We have an announcement in the United States on their consumer price index. That's the CPI, core CPI, month on month and year on year. Of course, if these figures are lower than anticipated, and what the markets are looking at is that the November figure for CPI and core CPI to come in at 0.3%, and the year-on-year figure for CPI 7.3 and core CPI 6.1. If that is met, markets will probably broadly remain relatively constant. If those figures are lower, then the anticipated interest rate rise tomorrow by the FOMC of the Fed will be expected to be not as harsh as many predicted. But equally, if these figures are higher than expectations and considerably higher, then of course the Fed may still adopt its relatively hawkish approach. Our prediction so far has been that it will raise rates tomorrow, but by 0.5%. That's 50 basis points. Now, what is the market expecting? These CPI figures are really important because as far as traders are concerned, they believe these will give an indication as to what the Fed will do tomorrow. Well, we have the US markets. The Dow was up 500 points, the S&P up 56, and the Nasdaq up 139, between 1.25% and 1.5% rises. Today, we have the Eurostoxx index up 1/3%. We have the FTSE up just at 0.04, and the DAX up at 0.25% higher. Now, in terms of what is coming out from the news feed, particularly Bloomberg, it says US index futures and European equities rose amid forecasts inflation in the world's largest economy will post, now wait for this, the lowest possible figure this year, warranting a less hawkish Federal Reserve. US stocks advanced on Monday as traders took comfort from economists' projection for a 7.3% expansion in the US Consumer Price Index for November. That's the key figure to remember and note. If that expectation comes true, it would be the lowest reading in 11 months and the 5th consecutive drop. While that would still leave inflation much higher than the Fed's target of 2%, it could justify a slowdown in the pace of monetary tightening, with a projected 0.5-point move on Wednesday. So Bloomberg has agreed with something we predicted 2 or 3 months ago. However, it also leaves the bar low for disappointment and a sell-off. What's happening then to gold and silver prices? Well, at the moment, over the last 24 hours, gold has actually dipped $7 and currently stands at $17.84. Now, if we compare that with how it opened, or shall I say closed on Friday, opened on Monday, it was $17.97. So it's about $11 lower. Not really that surprising, bearing in mind that nobody really quite knows what's going to happen on Wednesday. Silver's down just 12 cents, and if we look at it compared to its Friday close, it closed at 23.48, it's 23.45, so just down 3 cents. It's waiting, it's holding its breath. Cryptocurrencies happen to be up slightly this morning at 1%, and the dollar index, although it's down since opening, it's still higher than it was at Friday's close. Friday it was 104.8, and at the moment it's 105.06. This is going to change, A, after the CPI figures, and B, after the Fed funds rate announcement tomorrow. So there we have it. We'll await the CPI figures today. That should give us an indication as to what the Fed is likely to do tomorrow. And once that is announced, we will be able to see how the markets then react. It's an exciting time for gold and silver, because if inflation is coming down and the Fed is less hawkish, then we should see a nice little bump in gold and silver prices. But equally, if the opposite occurs, then we might see a significant fall. Which will it be? Well, we know what Bloomberg predicts. Let's see if they're right. We only have a short time now in which to wait. Thank you so much for listening. Please give us a thumbs up, subscribe, press the bell sign, and if you haven't done so, take a look at the video we produced yesterday on the Pure Gold Company, so that if you're considering purchasing gold and silver, or at least looking for some gold and silver advice, they don't charge for the telephone call. Give them a ring, quote Illuminati Silver, and we will all benefit as a result. We have added to the end of this video a promotional video by the Pure Gold Company, and we've placed links to them in both the description box below and in the comment section. If you've already seen this, you can end your viewing now. If not, do watch it. It's quite an interesting customer video. Thank you. Have a great day.
I've been in finance since 1980.
I do like investments.
I invest in businesses quite a lot.
We first considered investing in gold when we were still very concerned about the global economy, Europe in particular.
I mean, clearly we're living in a time of unprecedented uncertainty.
My criteria for looking for a gold brokerage was good market positioning, who also allowed me to invest through my SIP.
I was looking above all with somebody I could trust.
The market was full of transactional websites that really lacked that consultative approach.
The other bullion dealers didn't want to engage with offering any help.
The Pure Gold Company is an investment company that specialise in physical gold and silver, both coins and bars.
They were very consultative in their style with me.
I made Josh jump through a large number of hoops. He managed to address all concerns, and I was totally satisfied.
One of my first things that I did was to download the investor guide, which helped me make up my mind. It was nice to read that there was a very flexible buyback facility.
To my surprise and delight, there was going to be no capital gains tax.
I was never pushed until I was happy to go ahead with what I believed to be the right decision for our family. I thought the very reasonable pricing at the end of the day.
It was really efficient. They took it out of my hands, put it all together, arranged the storage, all the documentation. It was really easy to do.
Going through the whole process of consultation, getting your certificates, was all very orderly.
I took the opportunity and it turned out very well for me.
The better our clients do, the better we do in terms of our reputation. And the more our clients see us in the top tier publications like the Wall Street Journal, the Times, the Telegraph, the Guardian. We were on CNBC quite recently.
Friendly, professional, trustworthy.
It's allowing you that freedom to go out and play.
The best form of security that I can have.
I definitely work with them again without a hesitation.
I'm so glad I did what I did.
We want to be able to pass it on to the children, the grandchildren in perpetuity.
It's for tomorrow and the next generation also.
Life is very complex and simplicity is extremely attractive. That's something that with gold, I hope to rely upon.
Illuminati Silver owners come from a background of banking, international wealth management and economics. Having now retired from these worlds, we are not qualified to give investment advice. Therefore, this and other productions must not be deemed to be giving such advice and merely represent the personal views of its owners.